All right, here's the kefir. I get these at Big Lots. They're like $3.99 for this big one. They have smaller ones too that you can use for now, but this is all the kefir grains. And this is like kefir and whey, stuff like that. Alright, so there's like grains and cream too. Is it all that thick stuff is cream? Ah! We gotta pour it in. So that's the whey. The first stuff that comes out is whey. Don't you pull on me! So you just go like this. You can see it all dripping down. It's been in the fridge for, I don't know, a week or two. But you can see on the bottom there, that's cream. So that's whey and that's cream. And some people just keep the cream, and then the whey you can use like to put it in your hair to make it stronger and shinier or something. I guess it's because it has a ton of protein. So maybe that's where the whey protein comes from. But what we're straining out here is the kefir. So like whey and cream, that's all kefir. These chunky things that are staying, that looks like cottage cheese, are the kefir grains. And that's the bacteria that's alive, that eats the milk, eats the lactose in the milk, the sugar, and turns it into what's kefir. Like it poops it out. And it turns it into like carbon monoxide too, or carbon dioxide. And so that's why it tastes like bubbly and kind of sour. So you just keep doing this, and you can keep whacking it. I like this little plastic one. I know you can use ones with bigger holes, like on the videos you'll see people using like big colanders. But these grains are still kind of little. I don't want them to fall through the hole. And you don't really want to squish them, even though they are like rubbery. They're squishy. You're not really going to break them, but if you tried, if you wanted to like smash them through, then you could, and you don't want to do that because you want to keep them alive and reuse them. What? I don't know if I want you to go on there. What are you going to do? You're not going to help me. You're going to put your dirty baby fingers in there. So there's still all this left. So I'm just going to pour it in some more. So I'm only going to give you guys a few tablespoons because you don't need a lot. Like you can start out with a little if you want more and you like it. If you like doing it, then I'll give you more. But technically, this isn't even like big enough. I have so many that I should be using like a gallon of milk a day to feed them. And then I'd have a gallon of kefir a day because as much milk as you put in is how much kefir you get out. So I don't need a gallon of kefir a day unless I like gave it away to people and sold it or something. So the way to slow that down is to put it in the fridge. So if you did it every day and left it on the counter overnight, then it will make kefir in one day. If you put it in the fridge, it like makes them dormant almost. They'll still make kefir. It's just way slower. So that's why I finally ended up doing that, because before I was doing it every day and I had like 5 of these in the fridge full of kefir and I had nothing that I could do with them. So the other thing you can do is freeze them in ice cube trays and they'll go dormant. But if you put them into a smoothie or whatever, or like you can put them into a frozen yogurt maker, that's what we do with them. They'll come back to life after they warm up a little bit. Oh, CJ, it's the happy song. The other thing you can do is make cheese with this. And this is all lactose free because they eat the lactose. So it's, I don't know if it's considered dairy free. And you can also use almond milk and stuff like that, but I don't know how. I haven't looked into it yet. This is just the only way that I do it. And since they eat lactose, like how would it work with almond milk? I don't know. I know that they eat other sugars also though. When we do a second ferment, which is this one. And that's a whole other story. So this is the first one you're going to do. And then you're going to do a second one because when you do it the second time, you get like 50 additional strains of different bacteria that will kill all your stuff. Kill all the bad stuff in your system. So you can do it once, it's really good for you and you'll get a few different strains. But if you do it twice, leave it overnight twice. The second time you feed it fruit. And I'll explain that later, but first time it eats the milk, the second time it ferments even more, it gets more bubbly and more sour, and it eats fruit. And then you take that one and you blend it in the blender, and that's what you end up drinking, and that's what ends up tasting like the stuff you buy at the store. If you drink this right here, it's really sour and most people don't like it. I'll still drink it because it just tastes like plain yogurt, like with no sugar, nothing added to it. So it's kind of soothing when you do this every day. It's like a routine, and it's like satisfying because you're like, yes, look at all this money I'm saving. But then you're buying milk to make it, so almost done. I could just dump those grains out, but for some reason I just like putting it on top of there. But yeah, I should probably just dump it into my clean container and only strain out that stuff at the bottom. Would be a lot faster, but since it's soothing and I like doing it, I just keep pouring it. When you guys get yours, I'm going to give you one of these strainers, and you'll only have like that much or something. I'm just going to give you a couple of tablespoons, so you'll only pour it once and be like doot doot and you'll be done. But since I have a ton, it's taking me forever. Hey! Those are your cousins. Put it back. What do you think you're doing? It's not for you. It's for your cousins. Alright, I'm going to pause it. Alright, there's all the kefir. I strained it, and I scraped the bottom too from the cream that was sitting there. The cream that sits on the bottom, if you want to, you can grab it, and I put it on CJ's diaper rash. I put it on the giant, that's the stuff I gave you guys that I put on my armpits when I had those huge cysts or whatever. Use it for acne and dry skin, and yeah, because all that still has all the good bacteria in it, so it kills all the bad stuff. So I'm just rinsing the one that my grains were in with super hot water, and I have my own little brush from the dollar store that's the kefir. I don't use soap because soap kills bacteria, and kefir is bacteria. So I've heard that you can use soap, but you just have to be really careful and make sure that all the soap gets out of there. And same thing with like introducing anything with bacteria on it. That's why I have this by itself, because bacteria will kill bacteria. Hopefully whatever's in kefir will kill anything else, but still be on the safe side. Just only use designated stuff. And don't use soap. I just don't bother. I just use super hot scalding water. There's also people that say that you don't even have to rinse the one that you keep your grains in. You can just, so that's why I didn't get perfect. But anyway, since you're just going to make it again and put them back in there again, They say it's fine, just you don't have to wash it. I just rinse it out because after a while it's gonna get stuck on there and like get nasty. So we're gonna put the grains back in here. And there's also people that will say that there's chlorine in tap water, so if you don't rinse out all the chlorine, then the chlorine will kill the bacteria. I don't go that far. You can if you want to. I'm not gonna like use my paper towels, my precious paper towels, and dry all the water out of there, because then I'm getting my arm in there, which is introducing bacteria. So I just don't bother. It's like minute. So I'm gonna scrape this in there. I gotta pause it. Okay, there's that. They're all back in there. Just gonna take my milk. I use organic because I just always do, because the baby's gonna drink it and I'm gonna drink it. You can use whatever you want. They actually say this kind is like not as good because it's so pasteurized. It's ultra pasteurized. They think there's not enough in there to feed them, but if they eat lactose, then I don't see why that matters. Like, there's plenty of lactose in here. It's not like it's lactose free, so I don't know. I don't get it why they say that. So then there's other people that do use it. So I ran out of milk, but anyway, I'm gonna fill it like up to here. So you gotta let a little bit of room for when it turns, it kind of raises up. And then since it makes carbon dioxide, it'll add like pressure to the top. There's the lid. I should rinse it. So you don't want to put it on like super tight because of the carbon dioxide. So I just put it on enough to where I can pick it up, but where it's not gonna like explode. So next I gotta blend this, and then I can drink this. This is ready. I just had it out to show you. And I'm gonna add this ripple milk to this to just make like a smoothie. And then I'm gonna take this and put it into my empty container and just put some bananas in there and like strawberries, because that's the flavor I want. Okay. Hi.